Tell me a ghost story that sounds completely unbelievable but is entirely true.
All right, so I came straight to the car to tell you all this one because I'm on my lunch break and we got 15 minutes. So biggest red flag. If the house or the apartment is cheap, almost too good to be true, it is. It's more than likely 9 times out of 10 haunted. Now, let me tell you why. Let me tell you my story. And a lot of my followers have heard this from the beginning because I did tell this story when I first made my TikTok. But ever since then, I've had a lot of new followers. I don't know if you guys went that back. Probably not. So let's just get to it. So I was about 16 years old. Sorry if I'm out of breath. This is a very intense story. I was about 16 years old. I was working, going to school, and I had 2 kids. I did apply for my first apartment because I'm like, if I'm gonna be responsible, I'm gonna go all the way. So I applied at these apartments that I saw that were kind of within budget, you know. Let me tell you how literally a day later, the manager calls me and was like, bring me $100 for a deposit and you're in. You can move in today. Didn't even ask me for the first month's rent. And I didn't think anything of it. I was 17 years old, trying to get out of my mama's house. So I was like, say yes, I'm on my way. No furniture, no nothing. And I went. Gave the lady $100. She handed me over my keys. Didn't even ask me for the first month's rent. Again, let me emphasize on that. And I was like, okay. Start moving my stuff in. Wasn't a lot because it's my first apartment. I really didn't have any help. So, you know, first few days were okay. I invited my friend over. She started staying with me because she was dating my brother at the time. So me and her were very close. And him and her would always come over just to spend time with each other. Well, sorry if I keep doing that. I'm just eating. I'm on lunch. Now, tell me why one morning she comes to my room. I guess she got up early to cook breakfast and she came to my room and she looked like she had just seen a ghost. And I'm like, what's wrong? And she's like, you have something in your apartment. And I'm like, what do you mean? And she's like, something is in here. You have like a ghost or something. I'm like, you're tripping. Yeah, okay. I'm like, what happened? She's like, I was cooking eggs and when I tried to grab the salt, it literally moved out of my hand. And I'm like, girl, you're tripping. There's probably like oil or something. Like, there's no way that could happen. Anyways, I brushed it under the rug. And like small little things would happen. Like one day we were all watching a movie in the living room and something hits the back of the wall. So this is the living room wall and there's a couch in front of it. I had a big old picture frame that was cut in 3, so it made one big picture frame. Now when it hit the wall, the only 2 side ones started swaying like back and forth. The middle ones didn't move at all. So it was just like, I looked back and I'm like, okay, that was weird. Mind you, we're all in the living room, nobody's in the kids room. So I'm just like, maybe something fell, I don't know. Again, my mind was just trying to find logic as to why these little things were happening. So then I started dating somebody and he would, stay the night every so often. And I remember this one night we were arguing. He stayed the night and we had our backs faced to each other. So my back was faced towards him, his was faced towards mine. So I'm facing the wall. Mind you, the wall that I'm facing has a big, like, long window. Like the window goes all the way to the floor. So I turn, and as soon as I turn, I see the silhouette of somebody standing there. And I'm just like, I am terrified because I don't want to move. I don't want to make too much noise because there's literally a man standing there. So I turn around and I'm like, there's somebody right there. So my boyfriend at the time turns around and he's like, oh shit. He's like, go turn on the light. And I'm like, boy, first red flag. I should have known then. But anyways, this ain't about him. Yeah, so he asked me to go turn it on. I'm like, looking at him like, are you stupid? Okay, I'm gonna go turn on. But when I said that, he got up and finally went to go turn on the light. Mind you, we had only been there like maybe 2 months. Curtains brand new. And when he turned on the light, my curtains were moved like if somebody was standing there. They're brand new curtains. So I'm just like, that was weird. Every night before I would go to bed, I would close my closet door. So this is my bed. My bed's right here. Right in front of my bed, there was a closet, like a small little walk-in closet. Every night I would close my closet door. Every time in the morning, it would be open. And I was just like, maybe the latch is loose. I would always try to make logical explanations for why little things would happen. Never thought anything of it till one day, my daughter, she was about 2-3 years old at the time. She woke up in the middle of the night screaming, panicking. And mind you, it's just me and my 2 little ones living there at the time. So I wake up and in their room, they have a tall one window and it's long too. And it wasn't the greatest of neighborhoods. So I freaked out and I thought somebody was hurting her. I run to the room and she's in the corner in the dark crying. And she's like, Mama. And I'm like, what? She's like, tell the blue lady to get out. She bit me. And I'm like, what? I turn on the lights, nobody's there. So I'm like, in my head, I'm like, she had a nightmare. She's like, she bit my finger. I'm looking at her finger is red, like if somebody bit her or something bit her. So I'm like, maybe it was just a bad dream. Like, again, I put it off, and I had the 2 kids at the time. My daughter, the one that saw the blue lady, or had a dream about the blue lady, and my son, he was a year younger than her. He couldn't talk yet, but every time I would find him, he would be in the closet with the door closed and baby talking. Mind you, he wouldn't talk to nobody. He was a very, very silent kid. I'm trying not to do a part 2, so I'm gonna try to do it as fast as I can. If y'all want any details, y'all ask me after this. So I remember one day I was looking for him all over the place, all over the house, because I had the door open because I had made something, I think it burned, and I let all the smoke go out of the house, so I left the door open, and my daughter and my son were sitting down on the couch looking at TV. I went to the restroom and I came out and my son was not there. So I'm like frantically looking for him, cannot find him anywhere, run outside. I'm about to call like the police, like where's my son at? And then I'm looking in their rooms, nothing, looking in my room, I can't find him anywhere. And I'm like, maybe somebody came in and got him, like I don't know. And so I hear baby talk and I follow the voice and I find him in the closet. All the lights are off in my daughter's room, and there's no closet light. I open the closet door and he's sitting in the closet corner, as if like if somebody was cradling him, and he's just there, just baby talking, like happy. And I'm just like, what is going on, you know? Okay, so then it gets worse. So these little like incidents just keep getting worse and worse. My mom comes over one day and I tell her, you know, some weird things have been happening around the house. Emery keeps saying she's seeing the blue lady. They keep talking about this blue lady. My son's doing some weird things, and she's like, oh, we'll settle this, you know? So my mom goes to my daughter's room and she's like baby talking with her, because my daughter's 2, 3 at the time. My son was 1, she was 2. And my mom's telling her like, where's the blue lady at, baby? So my daughter goes in the room and she looks at her bed. Mind you, it's a little toddler bed. It's literally like 1 inch, 2 inches from the floor. And she's like, hers right there, grandma. Hers right there, pointing at her bed. So my mom, she goes and pretends like she's telling the lady, get out of her room. Get out of the room right now. And my mom says, there, baby, she's gone. She's not gonna bother you anymore. My daughter turns around and she's like, no, grandma, her's still there. And me and my mom said, oh, I'm out. And she's like, well, where? Show me. So my little toddler goes and lifts up her little bed, her little toddler bed, and she's like, hers right there. And me and my mom are looking at each other like, oh my gosh. Okay, anyways, so I'm like, she has quite an imagination. My daughter was a very, very, very social kid. She talked a lot. So I was just like, maybe she's just in her imagination. I don't know. So let me fast forward. It's New Year's. I just had, we go to my boyfriend's parents' house, and we're there. It's like 12, maybe 1 o'clock in the morning, and I get this really gut feeling, and I'm telling him all night, let's go, I want to go. And he's just, one more drink and we'll go. And I'm just like, no, something don't feel right, like let's go. And so he says, okay, fine, let's go. It's already 2 o'clock in the morning. So we head home. When we get home, my stuff, like my apartment was broken into. Everything was just flipped over, and just, it was ransacked. And I was just like, I knew that gut feeling was for a reason. So I called the cops, and they come over, and the cop is doing the report, and he's looking at his buddy, because it was 2 of them. He's looking at his buddy. He's like, remember that story that I told you? He's like, it happened here. And I'm sitting there and I'm like, what happened here? Me nosy, because I want to know too, what happened here? And then the cop goes, oh shit. And I'm like, what happened? He's like, nah, if I tell you, you wouldn't be able to sleep at night. So I'm sitting there like, now you gotta tell me, because I'm living here. Like, what happened? And he's like, we're gonna have to do a part 2, because we're hitting the limit.